Hello, everyone. This is Ben Dunn, founder of Antarctic Press, a small comic book publishing company founded in 1985. Creator of such comics as Warrior Nun, Ninja High School, Marvel Mangaverse, and a host of other comics. I talked about IPs yesterday, and it got me thinking about a few things. When is an idea no longer worth pursuing? You know, Oftentimes we are so obsessed as creators that we'll pursue an idea or concept or comic book that seems like a good idea at first, but it ends up not selling. It's really what it comes down to if we really want the truth. We we create comics in order to make money. That's really the bottom line. Now, what happens if the comic book that you're doing doesn't make money? You've tried and tried and tried over and over again, sorry, something in my teeth. You tried over and over and over again to sell this comic either on crowdfunding or through direct market or any number of ways, and it just doesn't seem to want to take off. Well, when do you abandon that idea and pursue a new one, or do you continue chasing after this idea and hoping that eventually people will discover it for the work of genius that it is? Well, let's face it, we are, as creators, somehow we feel this, you know, somehow we feel like we are somehow above most people who can't create comics. But in truth, we're probably one of the lowest on the echelon of the social ladder. I mean, even people who make minimum wage end up making more money than most comic book creators. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's the bottom truth. So why do we continue to pursue ideas that don't make us any money? Don't. I mean, be it far from me to tell any creator that their idea is not worthy of being, you know, being put out there. But if it's not making you money, then what's it really accomplishing? The idea of wanting to create a comic book, like I said, is making money. And if you're not making money, then why keep pursuing it? It makes no sense. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. A lot of time, I will tell you, in the long career that I've had, and I've had a long one, I have pursued and created a lot of ideas that I thought were going to be big hits that turned out to be big flops. But I don't let that discourage me. I just move on to the next thing. Hopefully with the hope that that idea will be the one that'll catapult me into the stratosphere. That's really what it comes down to, is that, can this idea or this comic series sustain me? Will it be able to keep me going? Will it's making a profit? It's. I mean, if you're satisfied with your creation breaking even, just enough to keep it going, well, that's fine. There's no problem with that. If that keeps you happy, then keep pursuing it. I definitely would not discourage any creepy creator from keeping up with the idea of that series, and keeping it going for as long as humanly possible. But eventually, it's going to come down to the point where, why am I doing this? Why am I not pursuing other ideas that could possibly make me money? I will tell you that over the many decades as an editor of Antarctic Press, and as a publisher of Antarctic Press, is that I have seen many, 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 many ideas come and go. Some have hit and some have not. you know, it's very rare for a publisher to have hit after hit after hit. And it's not. I mean, the only exception I can think of is Marvel Comics in the early days of the Marvel Universe when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Fantastic Four. They had no idea what the reception was going to be. They had a vague notion that what they were doing was different and interesting, but they had no idea that it was going to be the foundation of the entire Marvel universe. And it's because of the creativity of both Marvel and Stan Lee and Jack Kirby at that time that they created a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now, I'm not saying that comic books is replete with success. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a good idea. I mean, who would have thought that two guys doing a parody of Daredevil would also create a multi-billion-dollar industry? Now, this is the end game for creators, then you need to work toward that goal. You need to find out what it is about your idea that would resonate with people enough that they'll want to put in their hard-earned cash and support it. I mean, I will tell you, I'm not a prime example of huge financial success. I mean, I do all right. I do well enough. I have enough fans that to keep going. I have a publishing company, Antarctic Press, that is still running even today after nearly 40 years. So there's something to be said about what we're doing, and something to be said about what I'm doing. The main focus for me is to stay afloat. And I will tell you, in the last 40 some odd years I've been doing this, I've had modest success. And Warrior Nun was probably my biggest success. If I had continued to pursue it, or if I still own the IP, I probably would have some modicum of financial security. Because it would have been that would have been the pinnacle of the idea that I've come up with. The problem is the timing was wrong on my end, and I made decisions that probably I regret, today. But it is what it is. You can't live in the past. You got to live with what you choose. Most of us as adults have to contend with the decisions we make and the consequences that follow. So if your idea is not resonating with people, or is not giving you at least some financial return on your investment, and this really is an investment. You're creating comics in order to make money in return with the money you put in. Creators spend thousands of dollars, in hours and days and months and weeks of their time to create something, only to find out that it is not resonating with people, or you're not making money off of it. Same with any entertainment endeavor. It's a risk. People know it's a risk, and you're hoping that risk will pay off. I mean, it's just like anything in life. Whenever you decide you want to pursue something that you want to see a return on, because no one wants to lose money. That's the most detrimental thing that you can, experience. And I say to a lot of these comic book creators is that, success is fleeting. You may encounter success initially, but if your product is not taking off or resonating, or it sticking with people somewhat, where they become loyal fans and will support your endeavor, no matter what, then it may be time to change course, pursue other avenues, or to start from scratch. Yeah. There's no problem with starting all over again. People have done it all the time. People have, reworked, retooled, or abandoned ideas that were not working. And there has to come to a point where you have to ask yourself, is it worth pursuing? What I'm doing, giving me the return I'm expecting? The thing about comics, the beauty about comics, is that we are a very flexible, industry. We can, at a drop of a hat, create something out of whole cloth, and it can pay off dividends much later down the line. The trick is reach and product, and that's the hardest part of selling any type of comic book, especially a new one. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to drop a little advice and see if that's something that you may want to consider as a creator, and seriously look at what you're pursuing as a worthy endeavor. So if you like what you've heard, please like and subscribe. Until next time, this has been Done signing off.